Imagine the shock. 50 years old and staring down at 2 blue lines on a pregnancy test. When Anthea Burns first started feeling a tad off colour, she put it down to menopause. After all, at her age, conceiving a child the old-fashioned way is a 2 million to 1 shot. It was also high risk. Anthea's was a horror pregnancy with so many problems and complications that her doctor doubted she'd go the distance. It was a nail-biting countdown to the big day, and I was there with Anthea and husband Peter for all the ups and downs. It was the moment that was never meant to be. Anthea and Peter Burns about to welcome their baby into the world. From conception through pregnancy to today's delivery, this baby and his parents have defied all the odds and every rule in the medical books.
It's been a miracle pregnancy, but we're about to have the miracle baby, and that is exciting.
With no assistance from IVF, at the age of 50, Anthea's about to give birth to her first child.
Being 50, being a first-time mum and being pregnant naturally, it really took quite a bit to get used to. Nothing in my life has ever shocked me the way that did, and I can't imagine anything ever shocking me quite that much again. It's surreal.
Great. Excellent. Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
Meet Nicholas J. Burns, the miracle baby who's changed the course of his parents' lives in the most wonderful way.
Everything's gone brilliantly well. Look at that, hey? He's actually a good size. He's really good.
Where are you? Attaboy. My first thoughts were fear, quite honestly, and how on earth do I do this at my age?
She's 50 and he's 54. This time last year, Anthea and Peter were living a quiet life on the Gold Coast, with their sights set on superannuation and retirement.
I think there's a bottom resting on my hip.
At the risk of sounding very naive, how did this come about?
How does it usually come about, Michael?
Like I said. Magic happened.
Magic happened. It wasn't expected to happen, but it did. And in fact, we were told 4 years ago that it was absolutely impossible. So there you go.
It's the second marriage for both, but already in her 40s when they met, Anthea thought the chance of starting a family had long passed her by. You just didn't even consider this was a possibility then?
No.
No, well, when we met, Pete knew I hadn't had any children and asked me why, and the opportunity had just never presented appropriately. And so I guess when I was about 35, it was just a door that naturally closed.
When you say that door had closed to have children, how did you deal with that at the time? Was that hard?
I think most women go through a number of times in their life where they think, am I going to have family? Am I going to have children? And it's just something most women usually expect to do. And life presents itself, and sometimes that opportunity arises and sometimes it doesn't.
Peter was still keen to try for a family, but when he took a fertility test, he too felt that door close.
I had an extremely low sperm count, and I think the doctor even referred it to couch potatoes.
You had couch potatoes?
Yeah.
That's a technical medical term for...
Must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Pop, Toad, come on. Sit for a bit.
Yeah.
Couch potato sperm, too old for IVF in Australia, and turning 50. Who could blame Anthea for going off the pill?
Sit on Mummy's go.
But just before Christmas, she was feeling so run down, she went to see her doctor.
Oh, he said, you've got menopause. And I said, okay, happy with that. I had an answer. So then I started feeling sick as well as feeling tired. And Pete decided to get on the internet. And he came out to me one night and he said, you know, the only